It's K-Mo. Summer League ended about a week ago, but I thought I would get a little wrap-up video in. I think this is the best Summer League we've ever had, especially highlight-wise, but the competitiveness too. As a lot of these young guys are hungry. We got a lot of freak athletes. You can see, I mean, these dunks are ridiculous. You can tell people are hungry this year and they really want these roster spots. They want to do well. They want to be looked at going into the season as somebody that's going to be able to help the team out. I mean, you know, it was just dunk after dunk after dunk. So many people were just going right at somebody, you know, they're under the rim, they don't care. It just once again goes back to the, you know, freak athleticism that I was talking about, where we have a lot of these players that are close to 7 feet tall that are just outrunning smaller guys. You look at Giannis and then you look at these guys coming into the league the last few years and it's like, damn, these big guys can move. And I think a lot of that is from work ethic, and confidence as well. And it's not just on offense, it's defensively as well. A lot of these guys are skilled and just have an eye for the ball, and they know how to alter shots. And like, you can look at some of these blocks here and it's like, damn, like those would be some of the top blocks in an NBA season. And I know the talent is different, like some of these guys aren't as good, but we had people that were talented getting stuffed by people that nobody ever heard of, you know, so. But the highlights didn't just come from the players. I have to mention Renee Montgomery did a great job commentating the whole Summer League, honestly. Just listen to this call right here.
I think Oliver actually got a hand on that as well. Tough shot right there, trying to finish between those two.
Dominguez going to get this last look.
Uh-oh.
Top of the arc. Crossover. Right hand.
Kuminga, stop playing. Oh, my goodness. Oh, we got to see that again. Don't reach. That was it right there. And then he took off. Yak him. Watch your head, boy.
We gotta get her on ESPN, man, doing some games regularly. You know, I know she does the Hawks games, but we need to see her on nationally televised games. I think it would be incredible. It's just the energy that she brings is different. And honestly, I think she'd be better than some of the guys that do the games now. I wanted to talk about Jason Preston here. I know he didn't have a crazy impressive Summer League on paper, but nobody's really talking about him. I think he's gonna be great for the Clippers. He didn't blow anybody away with his stats in the Summer League, but he did show that he can run an offense, and he showed that he can score. He just showed that he can do what he needs to do, and that's something that the Clippers are looking for in a point guard, or just in a guard in general. You know, they got Reggie Jackson, but you got to think about years to come. Kawhi and Paul George aren't going to be there forever, so you have to think about when you're going to rebuild, or even not even just rebuild, like just when you're trying to get better. You just have to think about that. I also want to highlight this play by Brandon Boston. This was to end the game. I'm not really sure what happened here, but he waved off a screen with less than 4 seconds left. And then he does a size-up dribble from the logo and then has to pull a terrible shot. That couldn't have been the play. There's no way that was the play that was drawn up. I don't know, maybe the screen was in the play, or maybe they were just like, all right, Brandon, we're going to give it to you. But Jason Preston was cooking, and he was the reason that they were in the game at that point anyway. He should have gotten the ball in that last possession. But regardless, there's no way that Brandon Boston should be waving off a screen with under 4 seconds left. Let's talk about these second-year guys, too. You know, you got Patrick Williams, Paul Reed, and Tyrese Maxey for the Sixers. Both looked great. Tyrese Maxey doesn't even belong in the Summer League. That's why they took him out after the first couple games. He's just leaps and bounds over these guys. It's not even close, and that's great. That's a great thing as a Sixers fan to see, and just also as a fan of basketball to see somebody that, without having real consistent playing time or a consistent role on a team, can immediately come to Summer League, and he knows he's better than all these guys, and he's going to get it done. Let's get back to talking about these rookies, man. And Cam Thomas, wow, what a performance he had in the Summer League. Co-MVP, possible steal of the draft, we'll see. Especially going to a team like the Nets, with 3 natural scorers, some of the best scorers that we've ever had. Put a kid in a system like that, and all he can do is grow. It was really just all different ways. You know, he's finishing at the rim great, getting a lot of these and ones. Body control looked good. He had a few pull-up mid-range shots that I thought were great. It's just, he just showed that he can score on any type of level. And that's something that you really want to see from a rookie, especially one that was drafted so low. I know he should have been drafted higher. There were talks he was supposed to be drafted higher. He dropped in the draft. You'll see an M1 pull-up mid-range right here. Even his pull-up mid-range jump shot, which is something that's a lost art in the NBA. CJ McCollum does a great job of it. If you can learn to have a consistent mid-range game, you can be unstoppable in the NBA. You look at what Devin Booker did in the playoffs. Chris Paul, honestly, almost every single season is one of the best at scoring from the mid-range. So he taught Devin Booker how to really get that done, find his spot. That's another reason why Chris Paul is such a great leader. He takes the tools that you already have and shows you how to maximize them. And that's what he did with Devin Booker on multiple different levels. Now let's get to my favorite rookie. He was my favorite before the draft even started. Davion Mitchell was insane. And if you know me, you know that I'm looking at defense every single time. This guy's defense was ridiculous. And we're not, it wasn't even that. That wasn't even like the most amazing part of his game. He really just showed that he's better than everybody on the floor. To me, his game is a combination of Ty Lawson and Marcus Smart. That might sound weird, but if you watch his game, the scoring wise, look, especially the size, just his way of getting to the basket and getting that contact and just finding a way to get the ball in the hoop even at his size. Ty Lawson's a little smaller, but honestly, we don't even know how tall Davion Mitchell is. I've seen 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2". Who the hell cares? Heights in the NBA really don't matter. Positions almost don't matter either. It's going to be great to see Davion Mitchell this season. I believe he's going to be Rookie of the Year. Now we're going to get into a game that we're going to be talking about in 10 years. And we're going to say, wow, remember when these two guys were going against each other in Summer League? This was such a great game. Cade didn't have the most efficient night shooting-wise, but he showed that he can perform under pressure. And it may not seem like much, but these guys knew they were going to be looked at. And this, I don't know, this was probably the most watched Summer League game. It's the first and second pick going against each other. So you can see that these guys both played well. I thought Jalen Green played a little better. And they also got the win, so the edge does go to him. But Cade did show a lot. The only thing is, I think Jalen Green's going to be better right off the bat, and I've thought that for a while now. He's just more of a natural scorer, and I think he can get things done. His game's going to come easier to him than Cade's does. I think mostly because of pacing. Cade kind of has a slower jump shot, and he takes his time doing things. And Jalen's just going right at you every single time, getting it done. I don't know who's going to be better when it's all said and done. I think I'll stick with Jalen Green right now. That'll be my pick, but we'll have to see after their rookie seasons. Because like I said, I think Cade's going to get off to a slow start. Just like we saw Anthony Edwards, it take a little while to get going. I think the same is going to happen with Cade. I think he's going to be a little inefficient to start off the season, but he'll end up picking it up. Anthony Edwards almost won Rookie of the Year just on the second half of his season alone. So you got to take that into account. Like I said, I think Davion Mitchell's going to get Rookie of the Year. I think he's in the best position. I think he has the most NBA-ready game on both sides of the floor. But Cade and Jalen are going to be great. It's going to be a great competition for Rookie of the Year this season, even better than this past season. Now let's get into what I'm sure everyone's been waiting for, Liangelo Ball. I thought Liangelo played pretty well, but I think a lot of people are glorifying what he did. The Hornets were the worst Summer League team. It wasn't even close. They were the worst team in Summer League. And he was the 4th best player on the worst team in Summer League. He did show things that I didn't know he really had, like his awareness for the ball. He just found a way to get into position to get the ball and either score or, find somebody. His playmaking isn't there. His defense was shown a little bit, but it's still not really NBA-ready defense. There's something lacking. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but there's something there. It could be confidence, maybe. But we'll see. I think the best thing for him is to start out in the G League. I don't think a roster spot right now would benefit him because wherever he does go, he won't get playing time like that. Even if he goes to a team, I can see maybe the Cavs or Timberwolves, one of those teams grabbing him. They've just been consistently bad for a while, and there's really no looking up right now. Nobody really knows where those two franchises are headed because both of those teams, their stars are on the trading block, or at least there's rumors that they are. Like Colin Sexton, Towns, D'Angelo Russell, we don't know where those teams are going to be. So I wouldn't mind seeing them take a chance on Liangelo there and maybe, trade away some players, do a complete rebuild, and then you'll at least have that ticket selling guy because people are going to go see Liangelo Ball regardless of what team he's on. So I think that's the only way he makes a roster spot. And that doesn't sound great, but right now he's not NBA ready, and most people know that. but it's because he's Liangelo Ball that he's going to be hyped up. If anybody else had a summer league like this, we'd say, oh yeah, he was all right. He looked okay. Now, you know I had to end it on this sequence here. This was Liangelo's best highlight of the entire summer league. He does a great job of getting to the rim. He stops ball down the other end, and then when Scotty gets the ball back, he locks him up, hits a shot down the other end. Now, Scotty does take a terrible shot here. I think he knew that Liangelo Ball was on him, and he wanted it to be a highlight because he knew that people would talk about it. And he ended up making a fool of himself. That's not to take anything away from Liangelo, but let's be real, that's a terrible shot. All right, and that's my Summer League wrap up. If you're still watching, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe if you can, and help me grow. We can grow together.